Okay, we're there. Okay, wait. We're good. We're good.
Woo!
We're good. Yeah,
We're
we're good.
live.
And we're
I'm gonna
going.
get an iPhone charger just real quick.
All right, go for it. He's got time. I hope you do too, because we're gonna do a side by side movies podcast. Ben Garrett and CJ Robles. We're doing White Men Can't Jump and Semi Pro. And yes, that is a grammatical error. I put two dashes there.
And you put Ben Garrett.
And I put Ben Garrett because the show is side by side with Ben Garrett and CJ Robles. And you'll see at the end where we go with it. We're doing White Man Can't Jump, 1992, rated R, 155 minutes. Black and white basketball hustlers join forces to double their chances of winning money on street courts and in basketball tournaments. Oh, then we have Semi-Pro. 2008, rated R, 1 hour and 31 minutes. And, well, since there is no Ben Garrett, he's still on hiatus, we're going to do side-by-side movies podcast with Cole Gaddy. Yeah. See, I got to do the intro with Ben in there because it's the title of the show, but this is a special edition episode because you're here. Welcome, my friend.
Yes, it's great to be here.
And there we go. We're done with this, and okay, we're going slow. Boom. There we go. Hello, Cole. How you doing?
Doing great. It's been a good day.
Good to hear. Yeah, I've had a pretty good day too. I saw the Spider-Man, but we can't talk about it.
Yeah, can't talk about all the awesomeness.
But we did talk about it before we got started. Oh, dude,
yes, we
pretty.
did.
It's a pretty. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
good.
dude. I just had the best. I didn't think I would laugh so much. You laugh a fuckload,
dude. I not gonna lie. I got teary-eyed 3 times.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
I can see that, man.
It got me in the feels, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome. This is good."
Yeah, dude.
But with watching Spider-Man and seeing 3 or whatever, how many Spider-Man are in there, but watching the Spider-Man movies, and then we're not talking about the movies we're doing now. So we're gonna talk about White Men Can't Jump, 1992, rated R, 1 hour 55 minutes. This is a comedy drama sport. Black and white basketball hustlers join forces to double their chances of winning money on the street courts and in a basketball tournament. Director Ron Shelton, writer Sean Shelton, stars Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, and Rosie Perez. Mm-hmm. And let me get this one going real quick because we got Semi-Pro. We're going to compare that. We're going to 2 basketball movies. Semi-Pro, 2008, rated R, 1 hour, 31 minutes. Comedy sports. Jackie Moon, the owner, coach, player of the American Basketball Association Flint, Michigan Tropics, rallies his teammates to make their NBA dreams come true. Director Kent Alterman, writer Scott Armstrong, and stars Will Ferrell, Woody Harrelson, and Andre 3000.
Nice.
So, my young friend, we watched the movie from the 90s, White Men Can Jump. And right before you were about to say something about it, what you go ahead.
Okay. I have so much to say. I have not seen it. I had not seen that movie, so me watching it is my first watch. And okay, they call it a comedy, but I wouldn't even. It's hilarious, but I wouldn't call it a comedy because it's serious. I mean, I don't know if the director and writer had a gambling addiction or was recovering from gambling, but Woody Harrelson's character is written so well. That it just pisses me off when he does the $5,000, he bets it on the dunking and the bullshit and you just want to fucking strangle him. And his wife, you feel so bad for Rosie Perez's
his
character
girlfriend.
Because it's just his girlfriend. It's very hard to watch some of that stuff. I mean, I will say I went into White Men Can't Jump thinking, I'm going to have a great time laughing. I thought it would be because I watched Semi-Pro and we put the two together. So, Semi-Pro is silly. It's silly. But when I went into White Men Can't Jump, I had no idea of what it was or what anything about it really. So seeing it was a completely different, and the shit talking in White Men Can't Jump is probably the best representation I think I've ever seen on film where we're talking about because the two men, they're not friends. Like they
No,
are, but they're not. They're not really friends. They're
they're
just
not.
using each other to get out of the situation that they're in. But you see though the rivalry on the court. Because I feel like these court shots where they're playing basketball and it just shows everyone shit talking each other, especially Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, when they're going back and forth, you're seeing the men for who they truly are.
Yeah.
Because they hide in so many aspects of their life. Wesley Snipes is the shit talking fast talker on the basketball court, but then he's the corporate businessman when he sells his little tile or whatever the
Yeah.
hell he does. And he's trying to maintain this professional image, but then he's also trying to, have a family, be a family man. But, you just see, I think, a lot of struggles in, trying to live all these different lives. And I just love the way that it showed the true character on the basketball court, because you really got who they really were. I feel like in those lines where they're talking to each other and they're fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
they're
Um,
insane.
yeah, I've been living through experience through that. It's a comedy to minorities because we laugh like that's
Yes,
funny for us because
yes.
we lived through that shit. And I can't even know where to begin with this movie. I instantly just the beginning. It's like it's artistic. It's already like it's an
Yeah,
artistic
yeah,
feel
it
movie.
is.
And as you're already getting into it, like it hit like I'm upset with the NBA style of play that they're doing, but it's the new generation, so I'm not gonna say anything. It's like it is what it is. I was raised on a different kind of style,
What is it you're talking about?
like the NBA. How it like I don't watch the NBA sports anymore. Like I'll
Yeah,
do fantasy basketball, but I do stats. So I just treat them like stocks and
yeah.
I don't watch it anymore like I used to. Like so I used to love like waking up on Sunday mornings and watching every Sunday. Just during basketball season, you watch three basketball games. And since and right now technically I'm the border. So back then we used to before Southwest Sports they used to just get games like on the East Coast. So we used to see like outside of Spurs and Mavericks in Houston, we'd get New Jersey. We get the Nets. We'd get Miami Heat. We'd get Orlando Magic. That's why I was a huge Shaq fan because I get to watch a lot of his games when he was
Yeah.
with the Magic. And watching this movie, it just instantly brings me back my love for basketball. Like instantly, my first love
Mm-hmm.
just brings me right back to
Mm-hmm.
her. I'm like, nah, I love her.
The
Like I
way
can't.
they play.
Yeah, because also like I've been part of a lot of that, just my upbringing, and like it's like man, I don't talk on the court, like I don't talk at all, because I want my game to do the talking. Because if your game can do the talking and you're shooting, like it's awesome. But the way these guys talk so much shit, like it pisses me off that I have to swallow the whole game because they're just talk and they're killing time, and we're not playing basketball.
Yeah,
So there,
yeah,
usually,
exactly.
usually there's a good court and a bad court. I got better because I played more time on the bad court because the good court would just talk the whole. It's like 40 minutes for one game, 1 hour. It's
Yeah,
like dude, you're not even balling at that point. So like,
yeah. But it's
but
all mind games. Because they were trying
yeah,
to take the money, and man,
what's hustle? It's a
man,
hustle. You know,
they're hustlers. They're straight up 100% gangsters, and they're fucking doing so good at it. Like when Woody showed up just in the very beginning, and he's dressed like a fucking idiot, and
well
he's
he
dressed
did it
like
on
a like
purpose.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Like he's doing it because he knows that that's the way he's gonna win. Like that's what
Yeah.
they're really good
Dressed like a
at.
chump. When he's dressed like a chump, they pick him up because But that's like the new thing now. I've noticed like on TikTok or like on YouTube, they'll say like you'll see it's always like the white guy when he's ready to like to dance, and they start back in the day when we were kids. Like I remember like oh wow look at it, he's got these moves. How do you learn them? It must be
Yeah,
talented. But
yeah,
really, it's just someone putting a shit ton of time into one skill and
yeah,
accelerating. So now you see people like just the way they hate on people online is like he waited for this moment his whole life. And then it's like the person starts breakdancing, and I'm like, well, yeah, now you're killing the fun that the person was putting into it or the guy was putting
yeah,
into it. But at the
yeah.
same time, it's like there's now like the meta. There's an awareness of it. Like we there's an awareness of people like what do you call it? Like talking, like doing stuff. Like, oh, we know you did that. Like, it took you that long to get here, but we saw you doing it. You became Thanos.
Mm-hmm,
We saw how you got
mm-hmm.
there. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching the scene. I rented it on YouTube, and I already watched it, so I can't. I'm just watching the scenes. But do you think when they got caught hustling the first time with Ray, the guy that that scene he robs
Okay.
the liquor
Okay.
store?
Yes. Yes. He's like, hang on. I gotta go get that extra cash from the glove compartment. And then he goes. Yeah, I rented it, and then I went and bought it at Half Price Books the same
Oh,
day. As soon as
dude,
I
if they
saw
have
it, I
it,
was like,
yeah.
fuck yeah. And but so so yeah, when he puts the guy, and then he's like, come on, and he changed his voice, and he's like, Ray, I know that's you. He's like, take that
This ain't
fucking
right.
mask off. Yeah, and then he just sells the cashier the gun that he was robbing him
Yeah.
with
He's like,
to
it's
get.
a bad neighborhood, man. You're gonna need a gun. It's him. He's
Do
the
you
bad guy.
do you think that that's ever really happened?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Why? That's art imitating life, life imitating art. Like that shit happens a lot. Where like, cause he knows him. It's not like he's
Yeah,
like some.
yeah.
He goes, right, get out. He's like, oh man, hey, you're gonna need a gun. There's a lot of lethal
It's
motherfuckers out
dangerous
there.
here
It's
as he's
dangerous.
holding a gun to his
And it's
head.
him. It's that's
Yeah.
the shit that gets me. But I think I was gonna ask you. You think when Billy says Sydney and he talks to him like, tell me about your wife and kid, and then Sydney goes from being on his side to the other to Ray's side, and he goes, yeah, what you talking about my wife and kid? Do you think that Billy actually breaks character and he becomes serious? He's like, hey Sydney, help me out, or is it really like he's playing along with it? Do you think he? Do you think he's like
I
he's right before he gets like almost gets cut? Do you think he
Oh
fucking
yeah, he fucked up. He definitely fucked up.
okay?
Because
So he
like
slipped. Okay.
I definitely think that's what happened because like you wouldn't want to reveal anything and then like because he said something he shouldn't have about Wesley Snipes and uh and yeah, it got him in a lot of trouble. Like and I feel like he definitely it was Woody Harrelson that fucked up, right?
Yeah, because he goes Sydney, and then Ray and them go, hey, how come he knows your wife and kid? Why you talking about my wife and kid? You know, because we don't,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
streets,
he
you don't do that
definitely.
shit.
Yeah, no, that
And
was so stupid because they're trying to run con. They're scamming those people. So like you can, like, yeah, he definitely fucked up, and he
the
got them in a lot of trouble. That was crazy when they were all jumping the fences and shit. It was really scary. I was like,
yeah,
damn, like this
and
is fucked. Like,
it's like
imagine
it's
someone pulls a razor blade out and he's like swinging it around on the basketball court. It is intense. The movie has this. It's funny, but there's so much more in that film. Like what it says about poverty and like
cool.
the
I grew up like that.
yeah, yeah, what it
When
shows.
somebody like chases you with a bike chain's another thing. When you don't have a weapon, but somebody wants to threaten you, you use a bike chain, like to try to hit you with it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like holy shit. You know, it's like, but yeah, like it's. I mean, that movie was shot in '92. That shit's been going on for way beyond that.
Who
Um,
do you think that they now do you think those shit talking lines like all the basketball do you think they free lived those lines or do you think they wrote
Probably
those lines?
nah. They probably there's probably a script and there's probably, but I'm pretty sure they all improv that.
Yeah,
Like,
I felt like it was so natural and I wonder who they got to be all those basketball players. I wonder if they really just went to like the Florida court and
I
were just like,
let's
hey,
find
like
out. Let's find
because
out.
like they weren't people I recognized and it just there was a lot of them. There's a lot of people in that fucking movie, and I know you couldn't pay all these actors like to do
Well,
that shit.
there is a here on the Wikipedia. It says here that NBA player Gary Payton made an uncredited appearance as an unidentified street baller. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
The category foods that start with the letter Q was an actual category on October 1997 episode of Jeopardy.
that was
Ah.
so sad. That was so sad when she gave him the money, and then he just wanted to
Well,
go.
dude, it shows you how much he loves him. Like he just wants to
And
play, and I
and
think
then yeah, he it was pay to play. I get that. I feel like he just wanted to play those guys. Like he didn't really care if it would have been free. He would have
I
played
think
anyway.
I think the underlining thing is that it's not that he like has a passion for the game. I think he's an addict,
You good?
and I think the fact that as an addict, like I think he just shows you that he just wants to keep playing. Oh, he froze there. Let's get you off that. Let's see. Uh oh. Hello. Well, he fell. So let's talk. Let's talk about. Let's see. Well, he'll be back. Let's see. So we lost. We lost a young buck for a minute. He'll be right back. And I will be seeing what's going on. There we go. Let's see. I think he's back. Are you back, Cole?
Hang on, hang on. I'm
All
sorry. I'm
right. Cool.
sorry. That was I think it was on my end.
No, that's okay. You're doing good.
Um,
You're back. Making sure. No, because
one
you were
second.
frozen. Like you're frozen. I didn't want to. Here, I'll just leave the thumbnail up, and we'll go from there. We'll just talk. Let's see. According to
Yeah,
their basketball instructions, I'm just
yeah.
gonna talk
I'm
until you're
sorry.
ready.
I'm sorry
You
about
ready?
that.
All right, cool. Well, this is what I did hear this
Hang on, it's
before.
real fade. It's real fadey. I can't hear shit.
All right, hold on. Let me close some. I have a little bit of too many. Let's see. I got some windows open. Let me close them.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't know what's going on.
Hmm. Hmm. It's probably just. Can you hear? Fading in, fading out. Hey, log out and come back in.
It's also like,
Log out and log back in. Like exit out and come back in, and then I'll let you back in. And
hey,
I hit the trivia for the show, and I'm on here on the. If it's still freezing,
there we
just
go. There we go.
works better.
I can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, good, good. You're still a little blurry, so I'm gonna leave the thumbnail up. But it says here, where did it say?
Yeah, leave the thumbnail up for a second.
According to their basketball instructors, Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson reached the skill level to be able to start for an NCAA Division III team. I'm pretty sure that they acted like they could because they're actors, but maybe they did. Maybe that hoops. They did look like they can ball. One of Stanley Kubrick's favorite movies. Oh, that's a. I think Cole's gonna like that one. When Woody Harrelson dunked, it was not on a 10-foot hoop, but actually a 9.5-foot hoop. He couldn't quite dunk on a 10-foot hoop. Yeah, couldn't quite. In the film, Woody Harrelson's character makes a reference to suspected John F. Kennedy assassin Lee Harvey Oswald. In real life, Harrelson's own father had also been targeted as a possible accomplice in the killing. Oh yeah, I forgot his status. That life. Let me see, is he there? Yeah, so yeah, it's called. Just text me real quick. Yes, do that. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna have a little technical difficulties, but let's see. He's gonna take off and come back. We're just doing the trivia here. There it is again. Once again, NBA player Gary Payton made an uncredited appearance as an unidentified street baller. Ron Shelton drew inspiration from his time on the court. I went one Friday and the park was chained up. He remembers I said, "What happened?" They said, "So and so got shot." Somebody went to the glove box. When someone says that, everybody goes running. He came back and shot the guy dead. I said, "What was the issue?" He said, "Blocked or charged." The story would make its way into the film when Raymond, former NBA player Marcus Johnson, not taking lightly to being scammed by Sydney and Billy, armed with the familiar anecdotes and personal interest in how players perceive one another. Shelton felt he had a movie. Yeah, that's awesome that he he did that he was able to be inspired by something so like just a quick story like that. Charlie Sheen was the first choice for the role of Billy Hole. He turned it down, saying, I didn't feel it would be a funny and any funny." Sorry. Okay, let's see. He's back. There he is. He's back. Let me let him in the room. All right. Are you good?
Yeah, all good. Sorry about that.
Hey, I was reading the trivia. This is pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I heard you say something about Kubrick. What did you say about Kubrick?
Dude, yeah. It said here. It says on the. Oh, I guess. Let me see where did I find it. It said this was one of Stanley Kubrick's favorite movies. Yeah, one of Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, that's cool, man.
That's super cool. I love the man.
It shows you
like the goat.
It shows you the inside of it's like a slice of life kind of thing. But I also read that the player Ray was as a Marcus Johnson, who was an NBA player, former NBA player.
Wow.
Then Charlie Sheen was the first choice for the role as Billy Hole. He turned it down, saying, "I didn't feel it would be any fun. I don't feel connected to basketball. At least when I do a baseball movie, I know I'm gonna have a good time." Had Sheen accepted, he would have been reunited as he did Major League with Wesley Snipes. So it would have been I don't know. I think he still pulled off those the hot shot movies. Charlie Sheen.
But, I love Charlie Sheen, man. Charlie Sheen's a cool guy.
He's insane, but he's cool, man.
I mean, I don't know if he's. Yeah, I mean, I love the quote from him. He said, "I'm on the best drug there fucking is." He said, "I'm on Charlie Sheen." He's like, "And if you take fucking one hit of this, your face is gonna fall off and you're gonna explode in your living room." Like, I just really like his. Even though he's insane, it's his personality and persona that just kind of, I don't know, it's capturing in a way, it's captivating in the fact that he is still okay with himself even after all this shit he's done. And it's like, it's like Mel Gibson, my good friend Tristan told me, he watched Mel Gibson walk into the Oscars with his head held high and he thought about it. He was like, Mel Gibson should not be so proud, but he is.
Man, you gotta watch out, dude. What you say there, brother? Lethal Weapon 1, 2, 3, 4 are good reasons for Mel Gibson to
Oh,
be
oh,
cool.
oh, no, 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 not his film, not his acting, his personal life.
Ah,
I'm
dude,
talking
this is.
100% about their
Oh
like
yeah, no, no,
actual people.
I don't look too deep into people's personas too much. Like I'd prefer to look at the
Yeah,
movie or
I
as it is,
generally just care for the work.
because when you start looking down someone's like the tunnel or whatever their past, and you're gonna find something that's gonna offend or get
Well, it's like
upset,
if
or
someone
it's
were to
like.
look at it's like if someone were to look at mine, you know. I know it's not perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's also, I mean people misunderstand things too, so I'm like whatever. Like if it is what it is, if this is gonna be what it's gonna be, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But check this out. David Duchovny was considered for the role of Billy Hole, and so was
Who is that?
Keanu Reeves. David Duchovny,
I
X Files.
X Files. I
Yeah.
okay, I'll
Oh
have to watch
man,
X
yeah,
Files.
it's X Files. He's also did Californication. He's also done. Let me see. Let me just click on his name. He was also in Evolution with Orlando Jones and Julianne Moore and Sean William Scott. Yeah,
Mm,
he's Californication. Did you watch Zoolander?
yes.
He's the hand model. We're a different breed.
Uh,
We're a different breed.
okay.
Hand model. We're a different breed.
I
um,
love Zoolander.
but
That's
it
good.
also has here Fox wanted Denzel Washington for the role of Sidney Dean. Can
Dang,
you
dude, there's so
imagine?
many
I can't do a
people being
Denzel.
considered.
Well, I can't do a Denzel, but could you imagine? Yo, you guys. I can't do a Denzel. I'm not gonna try. But if you're like, could you imagine? He's always doing serious roles. Denzel do this one, he'd make it super serious. Like I don't know if you.
Yeah, he would. I don't even think it'd be funny.
Yeah, it'd be because
You know, was it me? Maybe I need to watch more Wesley Snipes movies, but was he kind of unrecognizable in this one?
let me tell you this. Okay, thank you for bringing that up. He was what do you call it? Like you if you don't know Wesley Snipes outside of action movies, like outside of his Blade movies, outside of all the action movies he did in the 90s.
I just know him for well, I know Blade, and then I know he did a little role called King of New York.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Wesley
I
Snipes
know him in that one.
can act, and in this movie he is acting like a storm up. And the way he could think that I like about him, the way he looks, he has that. He's like Fly in the 90s. And he looks
Yeah,
so fucking cool. I mean, with like the bed, the like you can't pull off what like if you tried nowadays, you'd basically be biting Sidney Dean. And I mean, it's not a bad deal, but it'd be so hard to do because the character is such an awesome, like such a badass.
yeah, he was so cool.
And then the part that you said that he hustled them on the street. I think the part that got me was when you get to the house and you see, I mean, his wife, I mean, his girlfriend, Gloria makes him go get the money because that's real. Like that's like a real thing that happens. Like all this shit is real. Like it's so real. That's what the humor is in the actions that people that the writer
Yeah,
director was able to like capture, and that's the
I
awesome
feel
thing
like
about.
yeah, he like opened a part. I feel like I don't come from very much of what I saw in the film. Like I'm
Yeah,
not used to those types of things, but I do feel like you're saying because you are from that type of environment. You know, he opened up a piece of life to for the audience. You know, and he kind of he did a respect to the reality of the
yeah,
situation. It seemed
and,
like, which
and
was
the
really cool.
Cause all the comedy scenes are just like that gun scene. Like it's not the scenes that are like they're conversating outside of the shit talking because the shit talking can be kind of funny, but it's messed up. Like
Yeah.
and that's when like Yo Mama jokes were huge, man. The early 90s Yo
Mm,
Mama's jokes were freaking huge. And then like they tried to bring him back in the 2000 mid 2000s, but it was like Yo Mama,
yeah, it
but it was
didn't
like
work.
it didn't work. Because you
No.
actually, it's got to be organic. It can't be on a stage. It has to be like something competitive. There has to be either in business or it has to be some kind of competition that's actually like a basketball. It's a competitive like sports are like that. You can talk shit because you're actually doing something that can back it up. Big things.
Yeah.
I'm not a like when Billy Hole decides to like get into the guys the other dudes' heads. Um, the two guys are supposed to be he goes, they even know it, like we're gonna play them in championship.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. He was
those two
talking
brothers.
so much shit.
Yeah. Duane Martin. He was one of the guys. One of the brother or one of the shorter guy. And I guess the other guy's name is Nigel McGill. The Flight McGee was his name. But
Hmm.
Duane Martin, he's in one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's a basketball movie. It is called Above the Rim. It is Above the Rim, 1994, rated R, 1 hour and 36 minutes. Crime, drama, sport. Story of a promising high school basketball star and his relationship with two brothers. One is a drug dealer, and the other is a former basketball star fallen on hard times and now employed as as a security guard. Director Jeff Pollock, writers Jeff Pollock, story Benny Medina, story and Barry Michael Cooper, screenplay. Stars Dewan Martin,
Mm.
Tupac Shakur, and Leon. Like this movie is like
Oh, okay,
this,
cool. Yeah, I've heard of Above the Rim.
dude. It is one of my favorite movies. It's like it goes hard, man, and but it's real. It's like a real good movie. And
Mm.
that's when I saw. I forgot he was in a White Man Can't Jump because there's a bunch of dudes that play basketball roles. Like they're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
basketball
because there's
players
a
in the
shit
movie.
ton of them.
Yeah, and they just play like in the '90s. They had like we found out there's a guy in Six Man, and he's also I forgot what we did what episode we did. I think we did it was the South Park. We did basketball.
Nice.
Sorry, we did
Love, I
basketball.
love love South Park.
Yeah, and we had we were just bringing a bunch of stories up, and I can't remember I can't remember what we talked about, but what do you call it? Like it reminds me, dude. When I was a freshman in high school, when we were about to be a freshman year, that summer, some guys got together in the in our freshman year, and they made a tournament. It was a big tournament. It was like 30 teams or 40 teams. It was like a round robin tournament,
Yeah,
and it was so like theater, man. There was so much like it was so cool. Like even dudes that didn't even play basketball just joined because they wanted to be part of it. They like because they wanted to play, and
yeah.
they it was so dumb. Like they like some guys joined and they would just like start running with the basketball call to get called travel and whatever. Like they're like, oh, I don't know the rules, and they're like, well, you got to learn right now. So it was like it was a really cool tournament, but there was a it was everybody was freshmen, and then you had like these teams of these players that were like just created like so you have like two starting teams and they divided them two who can do the what do you call it pairs, and we I got my buddy Miguel and he was a 3 point shooter as well, so I'm a 3 point shooter. And what do you call it when we were getting ready to do this tournament? He was like, "Yo, we're gonna get a championship," and kind of just like that, like how Cindy said it in the movie. And I was like, "All right, we'll see." And there was two eighth graders that were, but they were like taller guys. They're like both six. Like one was like 6'2", and the one was like 6 foot. Like they're tall for like junior high. Well, not like 6 foot for us. I guess 5'8", 5'9", and they were tall for junior high. And we played them. I mean, they played everybody, and they were beating everybody. They were beating all the first. They were beating all the lower guys, and they started beating everybody like that were getting like they were on the team. And these guys were in, undergrads, or yeah, younger, sorry. And they were
Yeah.
playing, and they were like, dude, these guys are just they're undefeated. And they said we had to play. I don't know. I love this story. It's all boring, but I love that my buddy goes like he was talking. Miguel started talking shit to them before the game started.
Yeah.
Like, nah, y'all are young. Y'all are under us. We're gonna beat you. My boy CJ's gonna whoop y'all. God. And then like it was so cool because we're just doing around like moving around, and he wanted me to shoot at threes. And so like he just gave me the ball. He was talking crap the whole game, like just talking to him the whole game. And he passed me the ball. Hit it. He passes it to me. Go shoot it right there. Just shoot it. Pull it. He ain't gonna stop you. Pull it. And I like just pulled it and I hit it. And then I hit three in a row, and he goes, all right, it's my turn, because it was make it, take it. And he goes, my turn, my turn. And he goes, I got to do three in a row. And then he made three in a row. And he's talking the
Mm.
whole time, man. And I'm also like,
Yeah.
dude, I guess we're winning, but like, I don't care. Do what you got to do. I want to say shut up, but do what you got to do. And then at the very end, I remember my favorite part was he was like, who's going to beat it? Who's going to beat y'all? Who's going to beat y'all? We going to beat you? Who's going to shoot? CJ or me? Who you know what? He started it. Here, he finishes it. And it was a 4-3, and I shot and I hit it. We didn't miss any shots, and they were all 3 pointers. And you had to get to
Yeah.
11, and we got by 12. So Miguel was like, "We even give you an extra one, like adios." Like we eliminated them. But the crazy thing was, I just remember all that shit talking. Like man, it was on, but I was on my team, so like it benefited me, I guess. But I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
he really like it's like he was improv too, directing the game right in front of us. He's like he's gonna shoot a three and he's gonna make it and you get the ball back. And I did that like the whole
Yeah, I
time.
think. Well, I think it's also like I mean, like I'm a big fan of like the UFC,
Yeah,
and they're all big personalities in different ways, but I think there is this. I'm not much of a shit talker really, but there is this strategy, in because it's like when you're facing someone that isn't thinking rationally, they're thinking with their emotions. They're gonna
yeah,
fuck up, you
yeah,
know and to get in their head like that and to just like really just like get them really angry, then they're going to stop thinking and start acting, and they're just going to make a mess of it because they're not strategically playing anything. They're just trying to lash out at you because they're mad at you. Now you have to back up all this, but I
yeah.
feel like it's still a strategy. At the end of the day, you won the tournament.
Yeah. And we got second place in that tournament, but
Well, there you go.
that it was just so. It's. I mean, it still lives with me. Like I remember that day was such a cool day, just basketball. Like I mean, up until like we got the shutdown. Like I was still doing basketball tournaments. I was still hitting it in my mid 30s, like going hard. And I enjoy it. Like I enjoy the
That's
game.
cool.
It's a good way for me to like relax. It's a good way. Like
I
I.
want to play some basketball. I'm pretty good at threes. I shoot threes, and I'm pretty like I'm not like amazing, but I can hit threes and stuff.
Yeah.
And but I don't play much basketball. But I thought about playing some more because I like the game. It's a fun game,
Yeah. Like it's like it's the one game that you play alone and get better.
and it's also like you don't have to be like super athletic or super crazy to play the game. Like it's a game kind of anyone can play,
Yeah.
and like I feel like it's a good one. But
and
anyway,
and you see that, like, and I think what we're doing here as with these two movies is we're literally like it's a basketball theme episode. I'm looking at the thumbnail and you got the guys on the left and the guys on the right, and it's like the more of the serious movie, and then like on the right side is that silliness of basketball,
yeah, yeah.
and
Singing Pro is super silly.
it's super silly, dude,
It's
and
crazy to look at Woody and
yeah.
Woody. It's because they're so different
And he is.
uh
Oh yeah, and when he does talk shit, he has his own shit talking scene, and it goes on, man. Like,
yeah,
and
that's right. That's right. And he gets all pissed off and they fight.
yeah,
And
and he doesn't stop.
We'll talk about that. But yeah.
But he doesn't stop, and White Man Can't Jump. He doesn't stop. Like, and you're right. Like as a character, you want him to stop. I like the. I mean,
Yeah.
Sidney takes his
Yeah.
money without like the cold blooded. Just like,
Fuck
hey
yeah.
man,
I would
business.
have okay, here's the thing with now maybe like I'm a nicer guy than he is. But that one part where he was like betting on the dunk, if I would have been him, I wouldn't have taken it. It's just like I can't. I know he has a problem. Like it's not.
Yeah, but like we established at the beginning, he's not your friend. It's
Yeah,
his
he's not. They're
business.
not friends.
It's
They're
just a
not friends,
business.
and that's the
So
truth. And I understand. I
but
understand
and
that. But just
it shows you
from
a
the standpoint,
hustlers
yeah,
hustles, man, hustlers hustle. That's it.
from
But
that standpoint, it was just so hard to watch, dude. When he had to go home, and but like you hate him though. I was mad at him. I wasn't mad at Sydney for taking
yeah,
his
yeah.
money. I was mad at Woody Harrelson for well, he was like I think the biggest thing I saw with Woody Harrelson's character is that he was a victim of the same thing he was doing to these people. All you had to do was just talk a little shit, and he would be all mad, and he would make a bet all his money. He could dunk the basketball because white men can't jump. I mean, it's just like
Well, I think it's showing the strong. I think he is an addict because being an
yeah,
addict
he's
myself
definitely a fucking
and
addict.
having impulses like that, like it's so fucking hard to be like, why am I? Sometimes when you catch yourself, like, what the fuck, really? But I think he's okay with it, and I honestly think he doesn't think Gloria's gonna leave him, which he does, which is like, okay, that's good, and then that's sad, at the way
Yeah,
she
he
does
was
it,
bad.
and then the fact that what do you call it? Like, put it this way, the money's the money. It's a business transaction. Growing up, they had like dice, and we used to play these games where you just throw a dice and higher dice wins, whatever, and
Yeah,
you play money. Well, I always had a little piggy bank, so I'd pay up, $5, $6, $7, $20, but I'd pay up. But the thing that happens is when you play somebody that you don't want to play all the time, or to get people to stop bothering, because it's a thing down here where people constantly, like, when we were kids, they always want to gamble, like little things like that. And
yeah.
but I would do is I would actually get the bet really high. Like I one time I'd have $80 on me, and I remember paying a guy, and I gave him all $80, and I go, hey, let me win it back, let me win it back, let me win it back, and that's how I got the money that high. Well, then I got him so hooked that I won my money back, and then he was negative 80 to me. And but what I did was, we're cool, you don't owe me. He goes, nah, you don't owe me. And because I didn't make me pay, like, he was respecting me. Like, I got a lot of respect like that, because people would be like, nah, he didn't take. I took his money, and he was okay with it. But when I tried to take my money, he didn't take it. I was like, yeah, but it's just something, because you're right. Like in my situation, it's more like, I know you're not gonna get $80, but you would totally steal my money if you could. Let's see, are you there? You having issues? Let's see what happened. We got another technical difficulty, so we'll move on to some trivia again. Let's see what happened. All right, the trivia. Whoops. Oh no, wrong page. Let's go this way. Wrong movie again. Look at that. I am just not doing it. Oh, someone called him. Yeah, he needs to go to airplane mode, or Let's see. Is he? All right. We'll see. We'll keep going. No dead air. The category. Yep, that was that. Where am I at? Oh, I was just reading right here that I thought was pretty cool on the Wikipedia page. Was that Marcus Johnson has a supporting role as Raymond, who loses a game to Snipes and Harrelson. Johnson was a star player for the UCLA's 1974-75 national championship team, coached by John Wooden, and later played for the NBA Bucks, Clippers, and Warriors. That's pretty awesome that this dude was.
I got like a phone call and
All
it
right, all
just
right, I got you,
cut
I got
all
you,
my
I got
shit.
you, I got you. I turned your audio back on.
Oh, okay.
If you, I forgot you are on your phone, so you might need to put airplane mode. But if you don't think it's gonna happen, it's
Yeah,
up to
yeah.
you.
I'll do that for now. There,
Yeah,
that
that
way.
way you don't get interrupted.
Yeah, yeah. That's so much smarter. Damn, damn.
It says here Ron Shelton successfully sued 20th Century Fox for $10 million in profit. He
For
has
what?
never worked for the studio since. I don't know. Actually, I want to know more about Ron Shelton. What has he done? First of all, I thought that was a black guy. It's a white guy. So, and
Now,
then
do you think they casted Woody in semi-pro because of White Men Can't Jump?
probably I will
Hmm.
totally. I can kind of go trivia that real quick. I think that would be a good thing to look up because I think, yeah, honestly, I think that has a lot to do with it.
It's definitely a nod. It has to be a nod to
Do
to the White Men Can't Jump.
Do you think? Yeah, here we go. Woody Harrelson plays an aging professional basketball player, and White Man Can't Jump. He played a street ball player. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
It just feels too coincidental. Especially watching them like side by side like this, like watching it back to back like that. Like
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, they. I mean, if it's not written down somewhere, I'm pretty sure that the semi-pro guy was like, "Hey, it's cool because you did White Man Can't Jump, so we'll get you in this basketball."
check this out. We'll start crossing over little by little. I was looking at the trivia on Semi Pro, and it says during halftime of the first game in the film, Duke sinks a basketball from across the court to win $10,000 check in
Yeah, he does.
2020. In 2020, that would be worth 46,362 cents. Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, because I was in the 70s. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Let's talk about. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. Let's talk about semi-pro. Let's
Well, I was
talk
gonna
about
say real quick. Let's talk
semi-pro.
about Gloria's Jeopardy
Oh yes, that's true.
scene. What do you think about that? Like that's like I
And
like
it's
how
so sad to see that he like okay, I love the scene. It was great and she did such a good job. And the way they shot it, I really liked the way that it
I was gonna say.
that
It's
film
it's cool.
the film is very artistic. Like you said in the beginning, like I think that's a great word for it. It feels like an art film kind of.
Yeah.
Even though like it's kind of still like it's still like a hood classic, but it's definitely like it has this art house feel to it that I think like isn't like what I mean. It's very rare, not rare, but you don't see it like too often with movies like that. Um, but it just felt very like very well shot. Just the way the camera, I just love the way the camera
Yeah.
was,
It's
was,
great
was doing things,
editing.
especially on the Jeopardy game. Where the Jeopardy's great editing, where it kept cutting to her, just like pushing on the button over and over, and it just kind of had this like it felt like I was watching like a Safdie brothers movie.
Yeah.
Where like Uncut Gems, where everything just go 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 and never gives you a second to like breathe or anything like that. Um,
Yeah. This has the feel of the '90s, like real bad, but it has just it's a great edited. I mean,
mhm.
this thing has aged, but I love the fact that it's like that. Like I like that it's like a bottled in time kind of thing.
I also really liked and appreciated the conversation of race in the film, and the way that they kind of talked about both sides of it. Um, and you think you got a very good understanding from both points of view, which I think is really nice. Um, and I really appreciated that the film kind of really brings to focus, just the institutionalization of like people that grow up in environments like that, um, and just kind of the cycle. And it's really tragic to look at,
I mean, it's the same as the suburbs. It's the same as the suburbs. It's just its own thing. Like,
Yeah.
suburb people popping pills all the time and drinking. Like, it's the same
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not to say that the other places don't have their own set of problems.
Yeah.
But it is very sad to see kind of the destruction, like of the community within the community. But but that's not really, it's not really because of the community, it's because of the other, it's just so complicated, it's just sad.
Yeah, it's
It
a
was
hard topic.
very.
I know what you're trying to say. It's just really a hard subject to talk about, especially
Yeah,
when you're on like a third party looking in. It's really hard to talk about. But no, I mean it is what it
it's
is.
very tragic, like when his house got robbed, like when his apartment got broken into and all his shit got stolen, you know and he's like, it's like, but it's like he's a hustler though, like, I love the
Yeah.
way that the dichotomy of the film though is, I think, what is sets apart, and what I really appreciated was because it it kind of, bad things happen to bad people, it
I
wasn't, but not bad people though, like
I'm just saying
that's
that
the
you just
wrong word.
if you get hustled, you get hustled. Does that mean you're a good or bad person?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
the way
exactly.
they live. I will say,
Yeah.
do you think that because I just realized something while we're talking about like the whole race thing. I think if Woody Harrelson's girlfriend was white and not or Asian, maybe at that, if she was wasn't Latin, I don't think that
Mm,
would have gone. If she was black or Latin, that would have been like, or like I guess I don't want to rephrase that, like an ethnic you
yeah.
know, minority girl. So that it's easier for her to kind of slip into there. Because I feel if she was white, they would have just shut the door on her. Or they would have, they wouldn't, he wouldn't be able to go get his money back. You know, like
Yeah, yeah, no,
the
no.
fact that yeah. But it's also cool. I like the way they wrote her. I like the way Gloria's like portrayed in this movie. Rose Bordes, the way she does it. She's
Mhm.
smart. I mean, I think I don't know if she got nominated for any awards or anything for the role, but man, she does a great job. She's very lovey, bubbly.
She did it really, yeah. Great actress, or actor. I just call them all
Yeah, they're
actors.
all actors. I mean,
She
we're
she
all
did
the same.
great. Yeah,
Um,
she did fantastic in the film.
Yeah, and there are some notable actors and character like so. Before we move on too much, Kadeem
Hmm.
Hardison, does that name ring a bell? That was the hype
Hmm.
man. He was the guy. His name's Junior. He's the guy like he'll when Sydney goes, let me $20. He goes, no, Lord, I got my wife supposed to eat a
Yeah,
sizzler. You know that's his
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that,
yeah. We're gonna go to Sizzler. That was
yeah, he
funny.
was like that. So he was a big star in the 90s and 2000s. He was also in another basketball movie with Marlon Wayans called The Sixth Man. I love that movie.
Mm.
And then also John Marshall Jones. He's he's Walter. He's one of the recurring guys, and he was in a lot of stuff. He's a recognizable face, but I remember he was on a TV show. I believe is where he was like a dad or something.
Ooh, we didn't mention when fucking Sydney hustled uh Woody Harrelson, but through the third party. He like did bad in the basketball
That's what I'm
game
saying.
on.
That's what I said earlier. I said that when you show when you see him there and he's with the friends, it's like, oh yeah, you got fooled. And that's what I was talking about when Gloria goes to pick up the money and even
Oh, oh,
even what's her name? I forgot Sydney's wife's name. What's her name?
that's right. That's
Rhonda,
right. That's
played
right.
by
Yeah.
Tyra Farrell. When she gets there, we're keeping the money. Like it's a
Yeah.
fair like it's like because even like when Gloria does go and tell the guys attention, she goes, "We're gonna get some of our money back," and she's like, "Oh, we never agreed on that," but she said it out loud, so to put Rhonda on the spot.
Yeah.
But man, it's like yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Like I think the fact that it was like that Gloria was the way she is and she's educated. You know, she's not silly. She's not a silly
Yeah.
dummy. You know, she's smart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And Woody tried to kind of, kind of be like, he treated her bad and stuff, but like, she was smart. She was really smart.
well, that's the
But I
thing is
think,
that it shows you how smart she is at the very end by leaving him because that's the only way you can actually
yeah.
like I don't know like how's he gonna learn or how's he gonna clean himself up. I don't know, it's weird because they don't ever like you just kind of know that Billy Hole's like he just want cause honestly Cole that's like that's a skill, and if you're playing like basketball all day every day and you're making money off it, like that's awesome, that's beautiful, you know, getting paid to play basketball and
Yeah.
no matter if someone signs you or you're hustling, it's
Yeah.
just
How you do it. Yeah.
yeah, like it's so awesome that that exists, you know, that but it's also at the same time it sucks that he's like freaking
Like a gambling
yeah,
addict.
gambling addict, you know, or some. I just gather him as an addict. But man, it's like you're right because even when Sydney takes his money, like you're gonna take the 5 grand, like yeah, like you gotta teach him a lesson, you know. Like I think that like
That's true. That's true. Yeah. But then again, what's the lesson though? Because he doesn't. I feel like that
to learn,
character.
you
Because
start
well, no, it's not that there isn't a lesson to learn. But I guess the question is, when is Billy going to actually learn? It's
that's the
like
whole well that's
he doesn't learn at all. He, like, he just kind of keeps doing it.
Yeah.
regardless of the destruction that he's about to cause in his life. Because I also think it's cool the way the film did it. He lost money multiple times in the film, but every time he lost it, the amount was more.
Yeah.
So like it kind of built up to that
Yes.
2,500 that he lost, but like you see smaller increments, so it's a problem, and it establishes that very early on, and then it kind of leads up to that crazy scene where he comes home and that's it's that scene's rough, man. I don't I don't know. I don't know if certain things bother me, but I did not like watching that scene. It was really hard to watch.
Yeah. Um. Shit. Well, it's it when you just keep seeing like because the feeling of like, oh, maybe he'll not do it, maybe he, and you're like, oh god, no,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
really.
I know, I
Or
know.
kind of like when you see like a character in a movie get beat up, or and you're like, oh, okay, they're gonna survive, and then or like getting attacked, and they're about to leave, and then they get killed at the like right where hope's at, like right there. Like, it's that
Yeah,
feeling, it's that same kind of twist in my gut where I'm like, God, that sucks. But
yeah,
also it just sucks when you honestly like I can't even I it feels like Billy's aware of it and he doesn't care and he just thinks
yeah.
Gloria's gonna be there and like he does it makes it seem like they're friends. They're not friends in this movie. It's crazy how they
Yeah.
feel like because but they're what I gathered is two alpha males that are connecting,
Hmm.
and they're just two alpha males and they just keep going. But
They're
I
just trying
mean,
to connect off each other,
they
Just
both
like,
realize, hey, we got to hustle here. We could you
yeah,
hustled
they
me.
want to get out of the struggle, Like,
But also too, like you think Billy's a good guy, like in the beginning, like he's gonna be the hero to the story.
and he's not
He's
at
not,
all.
and you
Nope.
see you get it to where when at the very end when Sydney has to hit the 3-pointer and Billy's just like he's like what do you tell him, like he's like, oh, I already got your money or something like that, like I knew you got to make it, it's a lot of pressure or something like that, and he misses it, so he keeps the $60 and
Yeah.
what do you call it, that just I mean it just reminds me like would I go play basketball for 2 to 3 hours to walk out with $60, or what back in the day, or like should I wait tables for 8 hours and walk out with sometimes walk out with $60, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, man, I'd rather play basketball for a shorter amount of time and
That's
get paid,
true. That's
so it's,
true.
but it's also that
It's a
hustle.
means. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
have to be a good hustler. I feel like you can't be too like. I feel like Billy. The reason he's a great hustler, but he was a terrible hustler because he couldn't hold on to the money, and like, I feel like not everyone has that problem, and some people like. I feel like Wesley Snipes didn't even really have that big of a problem with it, like he said it, he was like, well, you asked me. Billy was like, you asked me. He was like, I didn't ask. And he's like, you need a favor from me. He's like, I didn't need a favor. He's like, I presented you with an option, and you decided what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's
like,
also like, okay, okay, sorry.
oh, that's all. That's all.
No, it's kind of like that hustle. That's also like a hustle when somebody's like, this lady, dude, I got hustled bad, man. This lady got me real good at the half price books. That old B got me. She hustled my ass. You know what? She was my kid though. That's what pissed me off, man. We walked in and she was like, "Oh, hi there," and my son just walked up to the table and just started saying like, "Oh, look at this." She basically made like a little book and was selling it for $16.
No,
And I was like, okay. And then my son oh, he likes it. Does he want one? Okay. And then you know what she did? She said, what's his name? And I didn't want to tell her. I was like,
she
nah, it's okay.
signed it.
She signed it. Yeah. She made it out to him. She goes, oh, it's already made out to him. So, oh, you got to buy it. And I was like,
What?
yeah. So I bought it. I was gonna be like,
What?
yeah. She hustled me. Old white lady. She
Man,
got me, dude.
you got hustled.
And she said, thank you for coming in. She even told me like I was like salt in the wound. She even said, thank you for coming in because I had zero sales. So you walked in and I was already on my way out. I was like, well, shit, I should have just waited in the
Damn.
parking lot for 5 seconds. She got me, dude. And I was just like, whatever, lady. Like, I still have that book. And I'm like, man, I use photos. I'm a graphic designer. I'm like, dude, like this is a horrible illustration job for the
Yeah,
illustrator
yeah.
project. I was like, damn it, like I paid for this because she put it. What's your son's name? I was like, no, it's good. And then he said, my name is Max. I was like, shut up. I was
Shut
like,
up, god damn it.
darn it. And she said, okay. But she right away put the M, or she heard me.
$16.
He didn't say that. Sorry. She heard me say that. And then when she said, "Is his name?" I said, "Max." Yeah, I said Maxwell, and she goes, "Max." And she goes, "Yeah, my name's Max." I was like, "Oh, damn it, she got me." Like but
Yeah.
she was my kid. That pissed me off, man. Like you
Yeah,
really,
dude, that's not right.
and
That's not right.
she was an older lady too. So I was like,
Damn.
I know y'all and y'all's BS.
That's funny.
She freaking did that, and I was like, whatever, man. Do what you
You
gotta
wanna
do.
you wanna switch over to semi pro?
Yeah, yeah. Let's keep talking about. I'm gonna put it on actually because I have that one on HBO Max, and man, that's a goofy ass movie.
It's so good.
I
It's
remember
so
watching
good.
it and when it came out and being like, "Oh, okay, this is funny. This is funny." And then I remember watching it. Like I liked it. Like I liked this basketball movie and everything. I think I saw
Yeah,
it twice too at the theater.
yeah.
And but I'll say when I saw it again this recent time, I was like, "Oh, the stupid shit that really like the one character. You know who I'm about to bring up? The one
Coffee
character.
Black.
No. I like Andre 3000's character. As a Coffee Black as a what's his name? Clarence.
Clarence.
I'm talking about no the stupid Rob. What's his name? Rob Corddry or what's his name?
Which character does he
Yeah,
play?
Rob Corddry. Kyle,
Which one?
the husband. He's Lynn's husband.
Lynn's
He's like,
husband.
Monix,
Oh,
hey, I got the
oh, the
J, I got the J.
Sim. The
Yeah,
Sim.
the Simp.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
dude. Yeah, that guy.
He's
Yeah,
such a
man.
fanboy.
He was like about to jerk off while he was watching them on the
Yeah.
couch.
He's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
like with the way though they shoot that scene, like if he like you catch a guy with like your girl, and like the way he does it,
Dude.
he's all serious at first, and he's like, all right, like he just goes with
Yeah, and
it.
then he's like he told him to buy something weird, and he was like, I don't
That
want
big,
that. Yeah, he's like, I don't want the small tube. You gotta go all the way out on Route 35. Give me the big one at the whatever the fuck. And he's like, oh, I'm already got the car started. I'm gonna go. I was like,
he's all excited, like he's super
yeah,
excited, dude.
that
Um,
was oh my god.
he was hilarious. That character, I was just like, that's ridiculous character. Like, that's a goofy ass one, man. But that was funny that he did that. That
I
he
loved
fucking
I just loved Will Ferrell's dedication to his basketball team. He would do whatever it takes.
dude. I learned
It,
I learned for a lot about Jackie Moon, man. Jackie Moon, like he, this is I want to know a little bit more who how this movie came about because it actually has an award. It has one nomination. It has four nominations and one award. Let's see what it won.
I love it. He's
He gets
driving his Cadillac. Get the funk out of my
get
face.
the funk out of
Get
my
the
face.
funk
Get the
out of
funk
my
out
face.
of my face.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
just feel like telling people like get the funk out of my face.
I love it, dude. His character, he's got that nice caddy that he's driving around, but he's in Flint, Michigan, and it's so. He's. I love that he's like, they won't freaking take it, man. He's like, did you try a big bank? You know where they cash
Yeah,
big checks.
dude, and that's
You know,
and that's played by let's say Jackie Earl. What's his name? He's a really good actor, man.
he sunk that shot, dude. He
Yeah,
sunk that bitch.
yeah,
He was
man.
like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I love the announcing in that movie. I love the part where Jackie Moon is gets into a he gets offended by Father Pat of all people
Yeah,
to cause offense, and then he's like, "You're a big baby, Jackie," and he's like, he
I'll
says,
kill your
"And call your
family.
mom." Yeah, yeah. He's like, "Go call your mom. You need a phone to heaven."
Yeah,
She
dude.
didn't.
So,
Maybe she didn't go to heaven, Jackie.
oh, he just. I'm taking my team with
Suck
me.
my cock. I'll murder your family.
I'll take my family. We're leaving. I'm taking. And it's like
Yeah,
it's all personal. Like they,
and then
like
he
that's what I'm
said,
saying.
he's like, hey, we go to church together. Like the announcers get up and they're leaving, and he's talking to
Yeah.
the announcers. He's like, we go to church. Not anymore.
Yeah. Also, so that's Dukes is played by Jackie Earl Haley, who is Rorschach. And he's also man, he's a great actor. He is what else has he done? Yeah, he played Freddy Krueger in 2010.
Oh wow.
He was also in this movie called Little Children, where I think he plays a pedophile. It's a dark movie,
Oh
but
shit.
yeah,
Is it
he's
like
a
Happiness Dark?
yeah, like yeah, dude, yeah, I think it's something like that. I haven't seen it, so can't talk about it, but I think it's like that. But man, he's such a great actor. Like when I started to see him in movies, I had already seen this movie, and through conversation, somebody told me, hey, that's the guy Dukes from that's the guy from Jackie Moon that shoots the shot. And I'm like, no way, it is.
Yeah.
Father Pat the Ref is played by a repeat offender of this show, Matt Walsh.
Yeah.
He comes out. We've done a lot of movies with him where he comes out and man, he's another one here.
Uh,
We
there's
seen
a
him in
lot of repeat. There's a lot of. I think Will Ferrell uses a lot of actors. I know. I recognized both of the sports announcers.
Andy Daly
Um,
and Will Arnett.
yeah, those two are funny guys.
You jive turkey.
Yeah, who was it? There was the black guy
Yeah, Tim
in that
Meadows.
scene.
Tim
Yeah,
Meadows.
he's really
Cornelius
good
Banks.
too. He got
He's
shot.
no, Cornelius got shot. Oh yeah, I did. Um, I it even like has Kristen Wiig in it. I forgot. I didn't even know she was in it. I totally forgot she was in it. She's like the bear trainer. Yeah, bear
Yeah,
handler.
that's right. That's right. How long have you been doing this job? Oh, since today.
Today.
Yeah.
What? And then the bear's like a running joke. It keeps coming back.
And then
Uh,
Andre 3000, like he's like, nah. He's like, you gotta at least give him one round.
gotta give more. He's making him do it. Like,
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, Clarence like, yep, you gotta do it. And then man, I did. I mean, I think Mira was her name. Mira Tyranny. Mira Tiny. She's a tyranny. I heard it. She's the Lynn, the love interest.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I recognize her too. Yeah, see, there's a lot. I don't. I'm not all actors. Like I can get all the names, but I do recognize so many in the semi pros. So,
Yeah, Andy
and then
Richter's another one. And
they're
then
in they're all dancing in the seahorse outfits. And
like that,
shit.
like that's some shit. He makes his team, his players warm up like into a dance. That's funny.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Also, Jason
Justin.
Sudeikis is in this, and then Ed Helms
Oh
has a quick. They
god.
have quick little roles in this. I
No
heard. I
way,
heard
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms is. He's a reporter. Turtle. His
Oh,
name's Turtleneck. He only has one. He's only in one shot. He's only it shows him once. And then
okay.
yeah, and then who else? There's a lot of like D. Ray Davis. He's been in a few movies, but he's also plays like the slapstick comedy. He's a
Yeah.
stand up. He's a stand up comedian. Yeah, he's in 21 Jump Street, License to Wed, The Fog, and Semi Pro, or his top four.
I love when Will Ferrell is playing basketball and he sees the guy eating nachos. He's like, "Hey, did you buy those at the concession stand?" And he's like, "No, I brought these from home." He's like, "I'm VIP. I do what I want." And
Yes,
he just
right.
he like walks off the court and
That's
just throws him on the ground. And
that's
he's
Jason
like,
Sudeikis.
and then the guy's like, "Jackie, fucking Travis. I'm trying to run a business here."
Yeah, dude, that's Jason Sudeikis, and he's got the nice sideburns. Did you get those notes?
His mom's black.
Yeah, oh yeah, and his mom's black, and she's also like she wrote the song.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
sexual.
she wrote it. That song's great though. It's like, I love the part where he's in the trash can eating garbage food. He's like, "Get an extension cord and hang
Yeah.
myself sexy."
And then oh, who else is it? Oh, David Kirshner plays the commissioner,
Oh
and
yeah,
and he and
yeah.
he I just have
That guy's in every. He's in Anchorman too. He's in
yeah
all the Anchorman, and he
yeah he
he
plays
plays.
the champ. Check it
Yeah,
out.
he's.
I
I
got
heard
the
that guy is
I got the
like
meeting here when
crazy
I.
on
Oh
set.
wait, it's on this. What am I doing? I want this. Oh, because I'm on the side. No, what do you call it? Yeah, check it out. I met him in Colorado, and
Oh wow.
I told him, I told him, let me get that thing back on. I go, the one thing I like about your acting when I spoke to him, I go, I like you have a high awareness that you're playing a dumbass character, so you like really bring it, like, and he goes, well,
Yeah,
thank you, that's a compliment, like, yeah, that's like,
he's really he's so funny though. He's so good. He's in the office, obviously. He's in the
yeah, he's
office,
he,
but
he's a great actor. The way he man, the way he does it, he brings the performances. They're
I love
funny.
Anchorman too. I think he was like, yeah, that's bat. You're eating fried bat. Yeah, and he's they can't afford chicken. He's like, you ever heard of the this is the bat of the cave, or this is the chicken of the cave, or some shit. He said something really bad.
Dude. Oh, yeah. He says, yeah. Also, in he plays Champ when he hits on what's her name, Christina Applegate's character. He's like
Yeah,
trying to hit on her, and he does a horrible job. But I like it when Jackie Moon goes, "Vitkus, you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, though." He's just like, yeah,
yeah,
goddamn.
yeah. I like the part where he's announcing the one guy. He's like, he's ugly as shit. He's from wherever the fuck, a place called Lithuania.
It's a and then there's a guy from his name's Pat Kilbin, but he's the guy that he's like the nemesis. He plays on the Spurs at the end. He
Yeah,
blocks. He's the guy that follows Jackie Moon. He was on Mad TV and he made this movie. He'll do he does some movies here and there. Yeah, there's a lot of like random little scenes in the movie that are just add up. I also forget Dukes falls asleep, so he actually does like
yeah, yeah. He's like nodding off
like they
forward.
did that in basketball. Remember when Trey Parker's character, he's drunk or hungover, and
Mm,
he's at the 3 point line, and they do the BAM! And he shoots it, and he misses it. Yeah,
yeah,
they did
yeah.
that. They also have the characters before we move on to the story again. But I mean, there's a lot of good. I like the guy Scootsy. He's always like,
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
Jay Phillips is his name. He's like, yeah, Scootsy, go pick this up, Scootsy. Go do this, Scootsy. It's like, well, he's a comedian too. He's a writer. It's all, he's part of the Soul Man, the movie, or yes, the Soul Man. I don't know if it's a show or a movie. And then there's the other guy. Was one more. Oh, Twiggy. He's like the defense with the. He has the freaking eyeliner on, and they're burning their eyes.
Oh
They're, they're,
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, hey, your eyeliner's running. He's like, yeah, yours is looking really smoky too. And then he's like, guys, try not to sweat as
it's
best as you
basketball
can. And Woody Harrelson's just like, fucking
because he
idiots.
didn't
And
do
like,
it.
yeah, of
Hmm.
course he didn't do it.
But I also like in the beginning of the movie where I was watching it right now. Oh, get the funk out of my face! No, where they show that the Clarence he's dribbling the basketball from one end to the other, but the whole five other players are guarding him. He doesn't pass it, and he shoots a three and
Yeah,
makes it. They can't block
yeah.
him.
Who am I
Like,
kidding? He's like, no, yeah, I remember that part. Clarence is like the only good one, kind of.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, he's the one that makes it to the NBA.
Yeah, and
So
then he's like,
there's a good ending.
I love the who am I fucking kidding? I just got traded for a goddamn washing machine.
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, the thing about the movie is like we know what he's doing, but the characters don't. So it's like
Yeah,
he's there for her, like he's
yeah,
back for Lynn, but
of
it is
course.
and it is such a he's even because he even has the conversation at the bar with Clarence, and he just says I want to drink my beer alone, and he gives him the ring back, but like there he's like he's there because he wants to be with Lynn, but
Yeah,
she's married to Kyle.
yeah.
He's just jerking
That
off.
weird fucking yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Bugs, look! It's gotta be that has to be weird. Like that actually, you know what that does? That brings me down to like a reality where it's like, you know what, like that's real. Like you could actually run
Yeah,
into like an NBA star, and you could be wearing their stuff, and it's just you have a bad experience. And you're like, take this jersey off," or whatever. But it's like that's like fanboy style. That's like super
fuck yeah.
funny. That's like
Yeah,
it's
it was
like
good. It was funny. I like Kyle as the character. I like Kyle's character. He was good. He served a great like I feel like what this film did that was so funny about it, like was it just kind of had all of these like you know most of the content in semi pro was just goddamn hilarious. Like there's so much of it that but it had this every character had like a certain type of comedy to offer to it, and it just of course they're all comedians, so they're kind of just going off of each other's. I guarantee you most of these lines are ad libbed. uh like probably I would think they would do ad lib lines. I feel like that's what comedians do when they do like their movies. Like I think like Adam Sandler I would think would do like mostly ad lib like lines for his little
yeah,
movies and stuff like that. I
yeah.
feel like they probably shot semi pro like that, where it's just kind of okay, we're gonna talk and film it and we'll cut it together as the best parts of that. Um, that's the approach I want to go when I have a short that I'm making soon,
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I want to do it with like this, like certain dialogue scenes, just big groups of people. I figure it's so hard to write everyone's lines like that, and you get more of an organic feel too when you do it like
Let me
that.
give you some field advice. Sometimes when I get caught up on dialogue and I'm like, I know I
Mm,
don't know how to write this that well, but I don't want to leave it to my hand and the actors, but I'm gonna let
yeah.
them improv and let them see if they can figure it out. Cause like, but also too, it might not come from an actor. It might actually come from a set person that's just standing around. And be
Hmm.
like, so
Hmm.
if you're open to those suggestions on set,
Yeah, I
go for
am.
it.
I'm open to like
But at the same
everything.
time, remember keep control because I do
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
do that a lot, and your movie could easily start losing control, and it's got to be
Hmm.
what you wrote. But if you're like, you know what, I like doing is doing takes, doing like two or three takes of my own dialogue. But if it's through the acting, if the actor starts making stuff up on their own and it comes out funnier, then I go. The Judd Apatow
Yeah,
style is a little
exactly.
crazy, man, where he literally just puts the camera in front of him and lets them just insult each
Is
other.
that what they do in semi pro?
No, Judd Apatow, he does that. 40-year-old virgin.
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
He literally puts like all those guys like right in front of each other and just lets them go to town like Seth Rogen,
Yeah.
and they just go on they literally just go at each other, and that's
Well,
like
those
that's
comedians, they're all comedians. So I feel
yeah
like they could. That's their bread and butter. That's what made them, famous. That's why I think. I bet it was so fun to get to work with Will Ferrell,
well
Woody
you
Harrelson,
probably didn't
Andre
work with
3000.
you didn't I don't know if you're aware of Will Ferrell. He's a method actor, so you don't really work with Will Ferrell. You work with Jackie Moon.
Okay, so he's 100% like
Yeah,
the whole time.
he don't turn it off.
I love in what is it, Tropic Thunder? I don't break character till
DVD
the
commentary.
yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
unbreak character DVD commentary. Like that's RDJ.
Downey Jr. Yeah.
I am drinking room temperature club soda, so it's kind of going down rough, but it's doing the job. I need to stay hydrated,
Mm,
and I could have just got
mm.
water, but there's no filters in this house, so now it's like all privileged. Not like where he goes, hey, where's the stretcher at? Oh man, Jackie sold it last week. He knew
Yeah,
Jackie sold it last week, man. Like,
he does
um,
anything to keep that team alive, man. And
and
like,
I
there's such a great like a care from him that like, but like I feel like part of it is because that's his main revenue stream, and
yeah.
obviously like he needs the team, otherwise he can't write another song because he didn't write that song. But
Well, yeah, because that's his mom's song, and then he's been living off the royalties. I remember that from the
yeah,
first time I saw it. I always thought that was. I forgot his mom's black. I totally forgot his mom's
yeah.
black. And I wanted me look who. I wanted to
He
see if she was
invented the no. She told him
the
how to
alley
do the
oop.
alley oop, and
That's
then they
hilarious, dude.
yeah, and then he came. He died. He like died. I forget what happened to him.
He got fouled. He got fouled.
Yeah. He got like fucked up.
Oh dang! I've been listening to a lot of Patti LaBelle. It's Patti LaBelle. She's oh man, for a long time. She's a singer. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out who she was. It's Patti LaBelle. Damn, I've been
Oh,
listening to
his
her a lot.
mom. Yeah, I've seen her before too. I've seen that person before. I didn't. I can't. I didn't put a name to it, but I have seen that person
Damn,
before.
she's been around for a minute, man. A long minute, actually. I'm give her due diligence, respect, ma'am. She's
Wonder how
doing
old
it.
Woody, or I wonder how old is Will Ferrell and Woody Harrelson?
Well, my son friend, who's exactly my same age, is like, you're like my son. That's exactly my same age. Friend, my son friend, can he come too? That was funny. When he tells him, but I don't know how old he was. But check this out. On the first thing on trivia, I don't know how this works. On the IMDb semi-pro trivia, it says in April 2008, Rocky the Grizzly Bear, who wrestles Jackie Moon, killed Stefan Miller, one of his trainers and a cousin of Will Ferrell's stunt double, by biting him in the neck. Was this during the movie or?
I don't know. That's fucking crazy.
Well, so he actually has a IMDb, and you click it, and it says May 6th, 1968. He was born and died in April 22nd, 2008. Did he actually
Is
get
this the
bit?
bear? You're
Yeah, it's
talking
the
about the
bear.
bear?
The bear bit him.
Oh my god.
But I don't. I think it. I might have been. No, no, I don't think this bear. I think another bear. So
Oh,
this.
okay,
So
okay.
this guy was a filmmaker. He's a Will Ferrell's cousin, and I guess he died with a bear attack. That bear specifically killed him, but not on that set. I'm assuming that's what I'm going with.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they have. I don't know how many bears there are in the acting. I don't know, like, if there's a lot of them. I know there is a whole, like, animal part of Hollywood. I know, like, there's, like, they train them and they're meant for sets and stuff, but I,
Yeah.
I don't know how many bears they got.
Well, it's like it's like what Chris Rock says in Siegfried and Roy. I'm dating myself a bit, but he said, Chris Rock, he goes, there was nothing wrong with the bangle. The bangle just went bangle. You saw meat and it bit the guy. It just happened to be someone famous, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Check it out. The last film from New Line Cinema before it was bought out by Warner Brothers. Holy crap! I did not know this. This is a nice one.
What?
That this was the last film from New Line Cinema before it was bought out by Warner Brothers.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna have to
Dang.
put that in the banner because I like that's some nice knowledge right there.
Semi-pro.
I'm
Yeah,
a
that's
huge
cool.
New Line Cinema fan. Here we go. The last film from New Line Cinema before it was bought
Yeah,
out
New
by
Line.
Warner
I
Brothers.
know New Line. Who's the one? There's a certain film company, or I don't know if it's a distributing warehouse. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like it has like a I don't know. There's this what's the movie? It has Channing Tatum in it, and it's about wrestling, and the
Oh,
guy from The
Steve
Office.
Carell.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I haven't
one
seen
of
that
those
movie.
movies. It's one of those, like, that's one of the films it's distributed by this company. I can't think of the name, but I always see it before I watch something amazing, and I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, Foxcatcher is what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I heard the Carell does a great job.
Oh, dude, yeah, unrecognizable.
He's a great actor. Yeah, I mean
I
the
heard
thing
he
is
was
great.
really scary on set. Really scary on set. There's a
Yeah,
really scary segment in the film, like where he's like walking around the training camp holding a gun.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, you know, like the
Just
wrestling training and stuff. But damn, it was creepy.
what do you call it? Okay, yeah, I don't want. I do need to watch that movie, but I was like, no spoilers, but it's okay.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
I just just for anybody, remember this is a spoiler. This isn't a spoiler free
Okay.
show. We just give spoilers away for free here. Um, so let's see. Well, we're moving on, but there's a lot of great stuff about both these movies. One thing I
Yeah,
did like that there was one was like super jokester one, and the other one is a super serious one.
it feels very serious.
It has
White
this
Man Can't Jump did
yeah,
have a very seriousness to it.
and just by looking at the freak, like I said, looking at the freaking covers, it looks real crazy. But I'll say this
Hmm.
much, dude. I do like the fact that Woody Harrelson and balls in both these movies. Like
Yeah,
he's probably in his 50s in what do you call it in semi pro, and he's probably in his early 20s. Well, let's do the math. Let's see.
he is
It's,
young, and he looks so young in fucking White Man Can't Jump. It was like weird.
dude, you should see him. You should see how young he looks in Cheers. Have you ever seen the show Cheers? He hello, did I lose you? I lost him.
Part of it.
All right, are you
Oh,
there?
there it is. Yes, yes.
Did you get a call again or?
Oh, no, no, I didn't get a call. I don't know exactly what happened. But what were
Uh,
you showing me real quick?
no, I was saying if you see Woody Harrelson, I could look it up real quick if you want. But when Woody Harrelson was on Cheers, he looks hella young, man.
I
He
like
look.
him in True Detective. That was cool
Yeah,
when they shot him.
I need to get that show. I mean that
Season
show
one.
season. I need to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Uh,
should. This is the best. I feel like I'll say it in my opinion. Breaking Bad is my favorite show, but the best season of a show ever made to me is the True Detective season one.
True Detective season 1. All right, let's see here. All right, so this should be easy. He's almost my dad's age, so my dad's a little bit
Okay.
by 1 year. So let's see. How old was he in 1992? He was 31. So he was 31 in 1992. So he was 30, and then in 2008 he was 47. So he was almost 50. So
Okay.
he was in his 30s. So that's why his acting is really good in White Man Can't Jump. And
Hmm.
so he's 31 in that age, and then he's 47, and so 16 years later, not bad. Rosie Perez got nominated, was a nominee in the Chicago Film Critics Association Awards for Best Supporting Actress,
Hmm.
and she also in the same year, I mean, yeah, she did Most Promising Actress, Rosie Perez for Night on Earth.
Oh
So
wow.
she was coming. I don't know. Have I seen this movie? Do I know this movie?
I
Who's
feel
in
like
this?
I've seen her in some other things. She's recognizable to
Yeah.
me. Uh,
Yeah, Night on Earth, 1991, rated R, 2 hours, 9 minutes. Comedy drama, an anthology of five different cab drivers in five American and European cities, and the remarkable fares on the same eventful night. Oh, kind of like you know, a bunch of little stories.
mm.
Jim Jarsmuk, Jim Jarsmuk, so Smart Shooch. I don't know. I'm not even trying. Winona Ryder, Gina Rollins, and Lisa Ann Falk. But damn, this ad looked like I was going back to go back to the page, and the ad looked like it looked like it was mirroring me. I was like, what the hell's going on? It started on its own. I was like, oh, these damn ads.
Yeah,
My son does say, I hate ads, Daddy. I hate them.
my friend shares his YouTube Premium with me. I don't pay for it, but I don't have ads on my YouTube, and it's crazy.
Yeah, no
Like
ads on YouTube, man.
they
I
throw
don't.
ads on the fucking gas pump these days. You're
Oh,
trying to pump
dude.
gas, they play the fucking ad. I'm like, what the hell?
Dude, the gas pumps are annoying, man. I mean, like it is. It's like, would you like? Hey, that's like four questions before you get started. Would you
Oh
like to
yeah,
have a
yeah,
car
that's
wash?
yeah.
Are you sure you don't need a car wash? Anyway, everybody needs a car wash. I'm like, dude, stop. Enough.
And then they'll like actually. Have you seen the ones that actually play commercials?
Yeah, I've seen the ones. Yeah.
That's great. Where it's like a screen and they actually will like play a fucking random ass commercial. It's like,
All we're
what
doing
the
is
heck?
selling things these days, buddy. That's all we're
Yeah, I know.
doing.
I know. It's
And
all
if you ain't, and
advertisement.
we're all hustling these days, man. So this is the new hustle. How do they get your time and your money? Not just
Yeah.
time or money. They found out if they get your time, they'll get your money. But now they really want you to give them your money. So it's kind of how we have to, talking about the Matrix. So we were talking about it earlier before we started. Like it's kind of this kind of Matrix now. Just buy, buy, buy. One of my favorite movie, or my favorite movie of all time, Transformers 1986, the movie, the animated one. There's a scene there, spoiler, where they go to the city of junk, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, we're living in the city of junk," and it just reminded me when I drive up down the Highway 90, and I see a bunch of people just have a bunch of like tents up for sale, and I'm like, damn, it's a bunch of one man's junk is another man's treasure, so it's pretty cool,
Yep. It's like Austin, like the homeless, how the homeless live in Austin. Um,
I haven't seen
it's
it in
real
a minute.
crazy.
I haven't seen it
Oh,
in a
it's
minute.
real.
Like,
It's real crazy
no,
now.
I walk around. I haven't seen it like because you know what I think is I think it's because it was really bad at one point. So when when it was overflowing, I was used to it, and then it went down where I'm like, oh, because I was used to just seeing them every 10 feet. Now I see them like
Yeah.
sporadically. Now I'm like, okay, but
Hmm.
I'm saying like I'm always downtown Austin, and I always walk around and see stuff, and I'm like, damn, there's always like what do you call it? It's the same kind of. I don't know. I just feel like I think that's what happened to me. I got overstimulated with homeless people that now it doesn't matter. Like 4 or 5 of them is nothing when you're used to seeing like hundreds of them out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean probably you know what,
Now.
and they're probably more on the. I remember they're going around the outside of downtown after a while because they started moving all their places, all their little campgrounds. They started putting stuff there like parking lots and shit like, but that they can't
Yep.
use. So it's like they found a way around it, but they made the
Hmm.
I don't know whatever. I'll talk that stuff, but I think it's funny. But semi pro I do like that Duke scene is pretty hilarious. That he the whole side is
Yeah.
like, hey, why you take it to a big bank? Why you take a check to a big bank?
Yeah.
Why don't
And then
you?
he also he's like I made a fence and something. Oh, I never missed a game.
Yeah.
So like crazy.
I think I don't know, my favorite basketball player is probably I don't know. I think Clarence is probably my favorite basketball player.
Andre was
Yeah.
definitely like so cool. Cool. I love and trying out his new name.
Yeah, it's dude Coffee
Coffee
Black.
Black. Yeah, but he had other names. They like said his previous aliases, and they were all
Yeah.
funny.
But
They were all funny.
that's like that's not too far from now. People changing their names, like he's literally just like, and that's in the 70s. Like I'm pretty sure they did that back then.
Yeah, I feel like back then they probably would have done some silly stuff like that because it was like I don't know. When I watch Semi Pro, I feel like it looks like the '70s didn't take themselves too seriously. You know, like, and
Yeah.
I know it's a silly movie.
Well,
I
it's a
get that,
reenactment too, so we're
but
like we weren't they're not in the 70s shooting the movie. It's just a reenactment
yeah,
of
yeah,
what their
but
version of the 70s. But
was
it's
funny. Their version
yeah
of the '70s was so funny, and I like
yeah.
the way that they like when they're all like, yeah, like the whole jive turkey scene, where they're all like they're all sitting
I called you a
playing.
cocksucker. No, you
Yeah,
called me a
yeah.
you go no, I called you a cocksucker. It's like you get something.
Love me. Yeah, love me, sexy is the worst song I've ever heard. And
And then,
they're all
they're like, yeah,
saying shit.
stop sleeping with my wife. Still sleep. I know you're sleeping with my wife, but we're saying things that we're just exaggerating because they're not really
Yeah,
happening, right? It's like, I know you're
yeah,
sleeping with my
yeah.
wife. And then he shoots him. Yeah, he shoots the gun like that. I mean, I honestly
Pepperfield.
in both movies there's a gun, and I gotta say, man, like whenever you see a gun in a movie nowadays, it's like just for any time frame. Like I feel like there's a gun awareness there. Like both like a mishap happens in the Jackie Moon where it shows Tim Meadows, gets shot in the arm,
Yeah,
and then it also has a mishap with and then the gun violence of Ray on the street court. Raymond,
oh yeah, yeah.
he pulls out the
It is some dangerous streets out here. You're gonna
yeah,
need something.
so it's well, I was watching Family Guy the other day. They said you 70s, well, excuse my French. He goes, the 70s black guys aren't the same as 90s black guys run, or the 80s black. He's but he's making a point about like stereotypes in movies and minorities. Like it's like if you're only gonna capture us one way, then yeah, people are gonna think we're like that. And when people like someone comes up when a white person comes up to talk to me
That
and
makes sense.
they think I'm a certain way, I'm like, why the hell do you think I'm that? Oh, 'cause it's a movie? Oh shit. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like it's weird, like to me, and when somebody says, "Oh, I know you, buddy," I'm like, "What? How do you're not even
Yeah.
around me? How would you know?"
Mm.
But I don't know. Also, like right here, I'm watching the scene where they get shot, but it's like, what is this? He's just eating its fondue, and he's explaining to him like what fondue is.
Yeah,
He's like,
melted.
oh,
It's all these different cheeses melted.
yeah. So he's like, it's like all like it's like a first time for, but we all kind of know what fondue is. You could easily look that up. But back then,
Yeah,
it's they're always drinking scotch too or stuff like that. Like they're always having
yeah,
drinking the announcer guys.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, sorry, Pepper. I like to smoke when I drink.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you can you please put your cigarette out, Lou? Cigarette out, Lou. He said, no, I smoke when I drink.
That's okay. That's like a good. I only drink when I smoke. I only smoke when I drink. And what are you doing right
And then
now?
it,
Right now, I'm drinking.
oh man, just all the Father Pat, just all the jokes, man. The jokes landed there. It like I feel like Semi Pro is not much to really talk about because it is just like a goofy, silly, but it's a great watch. It's a great time. It's fun to watch. I
It's
love all of his stunts that he's trying to get the fans. So he's like gonna
yeah.
jump over the girls with the fucking roller skates, or he's gonna wrestle the bear. What else did he do? He did some other shit too that was like really weird. But he was trying to get. I love the part where they're talking about a merger in the meeting, and it's
Yeah.
like he like stands like, "I did it, yes, I did it," and then he's like, he slams the chair. He's like, "You can all eat some shit, a
Yeah.
big fucking bag of shit," and then. And then they're like, "Yes, the Spurs will be going to the NBA," and then he like grabs the chair, slams it against. He's like, "No."
But I wanted to bring up that scene earlier because that is a good scene. It shows him like he actually like because the other like if in that kind of meeting it seems like I'd be like a Jackie Moon character, but I want to be established like those other two gentlemen. They're like, hey, wait a minute, Jackie's right. Like they back him up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's
Like they
biting his hand. Jackie,
yeah
stop biting yourself.
yeah like.
Don't bite yourself, Jackie.
I mean, it's basically the story of Jackie Moon is what he bought. He wrote a song, or made a song, and it made it hit the #1 charts. He made money, and so he bought this team, and he's running out of money because he only did that one thing. So it's showing his desperate like attempts to get people into the seats, fighting a bear, shooting the cannon. It's a.
That's right.
I
That's
mean,
right.
even fourth place, like at the very end, we're playing for fourth place, and then he shows the rioting, like showing it like in like Philadelphia when they won the championship, they're fighting each other, like
Yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah. They're like okay, but we're good on commercial break, right? They're like, yeah.
like fight, yeah,
And somebody hit somebody.
yeah, that's funny. That's a
Start
funny ass
fucking people
scene.
up.
So that's
And then
that's the,
and then like you see the announcer, one of the guys is pushed up against the
oh,
desk. The
and he hits him
announcer
with the
takes the
phone.
phone and hits him in the head with it.
Dude, that's messed up, man. But what do you call it? But that's kind of like that shows you what you can have fun with. Like in the '70s, you could probably get away with that. Like there's like that's like a loophole in a way. Like if you
No
think about it,
way.
like you could probably get away with that shit.
They're
Like
like,
man,
just make
like 'cause
sure the commissioner doesn't see
no,
it.
I'm just saying. Let's say they don't see that because let's say the commissioner's not there and he's seeing what we see, and we only see the game. But if I that's like
Yeah,
that's a really cool nifty like little cinema like idea. I like it a lot. I think it's
yeah,
funny.
like yeah, because it's like it's just what. Yeah, I love it. Shows the commissioner at home watching commercials, and he's like drinking a beer or something, and he's like sitting with his wife or some shit, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, such a nice day," and then it cuts back to them like fighting. And Jackie Moon like reaches like grabs someone's leg and like pulls it up and punches him in like the I don't even know. It's really weird, but it is funny. Um,
Yeah.
but yes,
Yeah.
I think semi pro is a great time.
Yeah. It's just so funny, and especially if you like. I don't know if you need to know basketball to really get semi-pro, but the more you know, the funnier it is. But they don't really do a whole lot of basketball stuff. They do a few drills
Yeah.
here, like that drill with no basketball, and then he punctures in. He goes, "Oh, why'd you have to go and do that?" And he's Scootsy patch up that ball. Like he's always saying, like
Oh
Scootsy
yeah,
did
he
this.
can't afford it.
And then Scootsy does have a 3-pointer, so he does nail a couple of threes. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
What do you call it? To see him, but Scootsy Double Day is his name. Um,
So so
they what's up?
what would you say? What would you say? Like, do you wanna do you wanna rate him?
Yeah, let's do this real quick. Budget on White Men Can't Jump is 31 million. The box office 90 million. It brought in 3 times the amount it put out, so that's good. So it on the Wikipedia, according to Wikipedia, and
Hang on 1 second. Let me go. I gotta check on something real quick.
all right, I'll keep talking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'll keep talking. I got you. Just when you come back. Let's see what were we talking about. So we're on semi-pro. Oh, he put his headphones down. You can hear me. All right, let's see. It'll be funny. Um, ah, Trivia, semi-pro. In April, let's see, that was it. The last film, okay, we went that. Except for the Flint Tropics, all the team names and uniforms are the same as the real ABA. Cool. Will Ferrell has stated that this would be his last sports-related comedy. Oh, okay. I don't know. Did he end up doing any more after this? And the film, Jackie Moon says that he had never vomited before, not even as a baby. In reality, Will Ferrell suffered from pyloric stenosis, a condition that causes frequent vomiting as a baby. His scar on his upper right abdomen from the surgery he had to treat this condition appears in this and many other films. Oh, that's so he did have something. I always wondered that. Looked like he had a little scar. There's a statue of Alfred E. Newman outside the Tropic Stadium. Do I need to look that up? Why should I know that? I guess I gotta look that up. I feel so silly. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, that's Mad TV face, I guess. Is a fictitious mascot cover by American Humor. It's Mad TV.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So semi-pro. Check this out. This is what I'm finding out. Semi-pro budget was $55 million, and the box office is $43.9 million.
Okay.
So it underperformed. Why did it do so bad? Why does it? I know this is just a slap your knee funny thing. If you're not into that, you're not gonna like it. Home media. The film was released on DVD and Blu-ray disc on June 3rd, 2008. There is a theatrical rated R rated version DVD and 2 discs. Let's get sweaty unrated edition DVD and Blu-ray disc. Special features.
Yeah, I think I've seen the unrated.
Scenes. I need to watch that one now. That one's probably way hell. You know what? I bet you that one's way funnier.
Yeah, I think it was funnier.
All right, let's raid these bad boys, and then we can move on to our next one. Cause thank you, Cole, for subbing in as we do in basketball. We have subs, and you might get a Sixth Man of the Year award for this, or a Third Man of the Year. And
really
I'm saying we have one more episode, so we'll finish this one up, and I have one more with you next week, and
cool.
And then that will be moving on back to Ben. So I was gonna say that, because this one we kind of had 3 weeks, but we like my schedule and your schedule, we kind of didn't work out till we got till now. So I'm glad we got to this point. But man, I really did enjoy White Men Can't Jump. So to rate it, to see what the ratings are here on IMDb, it has a 6.8 out of 10. And
on White Men Can't Jump?
Yeah, White Men Can't Jump on 82,000 votes. And then on Semi-Pro, I'm sorry, well, that's what it has. And then on Rotten Tomato, it has, on the tomato meter, it has a 77 out of 56 reviews, but on the audience, it's got that's the tomato meter. The critic.
That's the critic.
The audience score is a 68, so it's underperformed. White Men Can't Jump provides a fresh take on the sports comedy genre with a clever script and a charismatic trio of leads. Yeah, sorry, the cha. I'm Spanish. The cha messed me up. What do you call it? So it wasn't well received, but it's not a comedy. This also came out in 92, right? So this is where they didn't know what to call these kind of movies. I mean, they called Slacker a comedy, and it's not funny at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't know what I think with Clerks, I think they kind of knew what it was.
And then what about the?
I'm just sorry. I'm going over some of these reviews on this movie because I want to know what a someone good or bad. It says Sheldon is clever and he obviously loves sports and beautiful women and even Los Angeles. Yet when it comes to telling a story, he can't seem to hit this time around. I don't know. All right, we'll stop. That's a 2018 review on a 1992 movie. Yeah, we'll just stop. What I think. What do you think? What do you think about White Men Can't Jump? Oh, did you go? Are you there? Oh, he's gone. All right, so I'm back to myself. Okay. So I'm gonna give it a score, and then I'm not gonna tell him that. No, he's probably listening. So, I would give this one White Men Can't Jump. Definitely hits a 10 because it's a really good movie. Just as a filmmaker, let's see, come back in, bro. Sorry, everybody. This happens. So, man, we missed the scores. Sometimes on this show we have technical difficulties, and things do happen like that. So I'm just going to keep moving on. He'll come back. We'll get his scores. We'll move on to the next episode. If not, we'll just we'll pause it or we'll stop it here, and we'll get my scores, and then we'll get his scores on the next episode. 'Cause like I said, we have him coming back for one more go around. So I would give this one. It's not a 10 because it's nothing less than a 10. So you're starting at 10. I'm probably gonna go with an. Well, let's see. Wait, he's back.
I'm sorry, but
Echo, you
yes,
there? All
yes,
right,
let's
all right.
score him.
So I'm gonna score this a. I mean, so I was saying like for White Man Can't Jump, a 10. It's nothing less than a 10 because it does have this great feel to it. I
Yeah,
have this is gonna totally like so 11. It's definitely 11 because it's more than a 10. It's definitely a
yeah,
12 because it's got a lot of things that I enjoy and it's definitely gonna hit me with the nostalgia. So we're just gonna give this a 13, dude. I can't. It's got
I
basketball.
agree.
It's got great writing. It's got great acting. It's got great cinematic feel. It's an art movie. It's not a comedy to say the least. It has comedy bits, but it's not a comedy like movie. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
13 for me.
I would say 13 as well. I agree with you, like on all the points. I think, artistically and just for what the film has done, for film and just every aspect of it, I appreciated and I really enjoyed. Like you said, it goes beyond the 10 because it kind of just it pushes itself even past what it needed to do by a long shot. So so I would agree. And then semi pro, I would give semi pro like a 9, like maybe a 8. I think I'll go with the 8.
All right, hold
I
on.
think
So hold on. Let me get the ratings for semi pro real quick. Semi pro 5.8 out of 10 with 81,000 views on IMDb, and holy cow, semi pro has a 22 on the tomato meter with 161 reviews and 38 on the audience. Man, this movie gets a lot of hate. Semi Pro is an intermittently funny, half hearted attempt at sports satire and one of Will Ferrell's weakest semantic efforts. Wow.
that's bullshit.
Wow. That's rough. Wow. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I don't.
You you have to have no you gotta have a like you don't have to have a sick twisted sit. This is not one of those movies. This is just a funny ass movie you're watching. Like if I think if you really love basketball, you would love this movie. But if you don't know basketball very well,
Yeah,
But I
but
mean, just inventing of the alley oop is so it made me laugh again. Like I forgot about that, and when I watched it, I was like, oh my god, it's so dumb the alley oop.
hmm
And let's see, it says here Richard Roper. He's supposed to be a top critic. He says you take the Will Ferrell formula and you plug it in, but somehow it just feels kind of uninspired and flat. I mean, I guess it for Will Ferrell, I guess, but I mean, I guess you're expecting to have like a bunch of burst out laugh, but it has a lot of. It's just overall has funny little things. Like every scene's like every it's like scene is this funny little scene, and then within that scene, there's funny other things going on. There's dumb things. There's dumb dialogue that's being on
yeah,
top of all.
yeah,
It's a bunch of dumb stuff going on, and it's just like you can't just what they're saying, what they're doing, how they're reacting. Um,
I agree.
you know what I mean? So you gave it a 8.
I give it an 8. I give it an 8. I think it's funny. It's a great movie. It's something I love watching. I've watched it quite a few times over the years. I go back to it. It's like a Blades of Glory type of movie where it's
Okay,
like,
so you can if you can count Blades of Gory and this one, yeah, I would totally think that yeah, like
yeah,
there's a difference there.
but
But
yeah,
because but that's John Heater in there, so there's actually two
yeah,
characters in there
Dynamite,
with it.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, with there's they have here a bunch of like shared co-stars. So maybe that's the trick. Let's see. I would give this. I give it a. I'm gonna because it is basketball. It's funny. At least it's for me. It's around 10, 11. It's a
Okay,
good movie. I think
yeah,
because even the Kyle character this go around, like it just like made me laugh my ass off. Where I'm like this
hmm
because I'm a fanboy, and I think that's why like because I try not to fan out and like fanboy out, and I figured like once you meet the celebrity once, it's the first time it's okay to fanboy, but after that you kind of learn like oh it's just leave him alone or just like try not to
yeah,
fanboy the second time.
yeah.
But I think that guy take like Rob Corddry's portrayal, he takes it up another notch and he puts it like he makes it fucking funny, dude. And
hmm
all his little expressions there, where he's like, like he's like a little kid, like he's like
Yeah,
a little. It's like, does Lynn just take care of him? Is she just like it's his 1970s? Like it's like why is she with him? It's like is she because he has a house or that did he inherit a house or something? Or it's just weird. Like it's just funny how she's with
I
him,
feel like
but
it's just for the script's sake. Writes a
no,
script.
but it's got to come from somewhere. It's not like
Yeah,
it's got to. Where did it come from? Like it's like I mean no, the character like he's like I'm thinking about the character. I'm not even you're breaking you're crossing over. Stay in the movie world. Um, like why is he like that? Like why? Because it's the 70s, and as I was saying, because he's like she doesn't work and he's providing, or I don't know. Like it's like it's real. It's like why and also too like the Moxon really does start taking advantage of it because he does make him go on that route. It's
Yeah,
like it's funny. Monix is his name. Monix, sorry.
yeah, yeah.
But I give it. I think this is a 10 or 11. I'm definitely gonna
Okay.
sit by my 10. But I could easily move into it. No, you know what? Sorry. After saying that, I'm gonna say yeah, it's an 11. The Kyle
Okay.
character definitely kicks it up for me because it's
Well, hell
this
yeah.
is this is because this is a good movie just in general. But there's a lot of you got if you watch this movie a lot, you'll pick up something every time you watch it, which is something silly.
I agree.
I've probably only seen this movie maybe 5 times total. So once for this and twice at the theater, and maybe like just randomly on TV, or maybe came on. I was on Netflix or something. Whenever it was on one of the showing streaming networks, I watched it. But outside of that, I don't think I watched anything else. But we have it here. We have our scores now. We have a 13 and a 8 and a 11. So it's not bad. Not bad
Yeah,
movies. Not bad
yeah,
selections. I thought these were great. Really, really does. I think we did hit the left and the right hemisphere here with the serious and the comedy because
yeah. It was cool, and
that
I hadn't seen The White Men Can't Jump, so it was cool to watch it for the first time, and because it's been out a long time, and when I told people after I watched it, have you seen White Men Can't Jump? They kind of laugh at me. They're like, oh, well, fucking course we've seen White Men Can't Jump. So like, but it was cool going in without knowing about it because
yeah.
then I didn't know what to expect. I had no expectation.
How'd the conversation
And
go when you talked about it? Whether
oh, we'd all just cut it. We just cut it up about how funny, not like just all the jokes. I would just kind of tell them like how great I appreciated like all the jokes and stuff, and we would just kind of talk about just like how funny it is and all the funny parts of the film and stuff like that.
yeah.
But yeah, people love that movie, and I think there's a good reason for that. It's one of a kind.
Yeah, I do like enjoy this movie.
What do you
Uh,
think we should move into next time?
all right, so I'm thinking because if we would have done it last week, we would definitely be doing this week for Christmas, and I was like, we can do a Christmas movie, but then we're gonna be coming in next week with the New Year's um, movie. What we did New Year's episode. What we did last New Year's, we literally picked 2 movies that we liked. Like I picked the movie and he picked the movie, and we both watched it.
Okay.
I picked Hackers and he had picked Jurassic Park. So that's how we or is that how we ended? Yeah, that's how we ended it, and then we started it with Tombstone and Wyatt Earp.
Oh,
So
Tombstone. Yes.
yeah, so what we're gonna do this go around, I'm thinking we should do is here. I'm gonna take the oh, you're there. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to say, do you want to do a theme? Do you want to do holidays, or do you want or a seasonal kind of movies, or do you want to go just do a movie that you want to watch, that you want to talk about?
Let's just do a movie that we want to talk about. I have quite a long list of movies that I have always wanted to get to talk about.
All right, well,
And
hit me with one, or
okay,
hit them on me, and we'll go from there.
all right, let me look and like see like what I really like. I've always wanted to talk about There Will Be Blood.
Okay.
Uh, but like that one because that's my favorite movie. But
Okay.
um, I don't know. I have my girlfriend got me this Midsummer, the director's
Oh
cut.
God, I have not seen that movie, but I've seen the short version of that movie, like where somebody showed it all clipped up, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to watch that movie, but if I have to, I'll watch it.
It's
Um,
the director's cut though. It's not the theatrical cut.
so it's even worse.
There's 30 extra minutes,
Oh God.
and it's actually much better. It's unrated too. There's some scenes that add a certain level of like. I feel like there was things that were out not in the film that like made it bad. I saw the theatrical, then I saw the director's cut, and I really liked the director's cut, but the theatrical is because it pales in comparison to the director's cut.
All
It's
right.
like it's sad.
What other
But
movies are you thinking?
okay, sorry, I guess but let's see here. I'm just reading. Oh, Birdman. Damn,
Yeah, you're
damn.
swinging for the fences. I like the.
Birdman's really good. I
All
just
right.
bought Capote. I've never
Oh,
seen it. I got it at Half Price Books. Um, let's see. I don't know. Birdman's pretty awesome. I feel like Birdman's the one.
do you want to do Birdman?
I think so, man. That's like a movie that's so cool.
All right, so this is kind of like man. This is where if it was if what do you call it? Ben and I were to get here, this is where I would just easily do Logan and Birdman, but I can't do it because we got to do that one with Ben. We've talked about
Yeah.
one many times, so
So what are you
not
gonna
gonna.
go with?
I'm gonna see. Let's see. I actually did a Birdman in my other podcast,
Oh,
so I do have one, but I don't mind talking about it with you, Birdman, because that's something that I can pick up on. Like I said, I did do that one, but that was just only a solo one. We didn't compare it to anything else. We didn't do anything else. But if we were to do Birdman and I want to watch a movie that I haven't seen, but I would like to talk about it, that's maybe in the same world or maybe in the same, maybe a Michael. Man, I don't want to do this to the people but there's a Michael Keaton movie called The Founder, but
yeah, I like The Founder a lot.
I saw it like 4 or 5 times, but it's kind of boring. I don't want to
I
like.
really, yeah, I
It's
couldn't
kind of
talk.
boring. It's just Michael Keaton is the only thing awesome about it. But other than the story, Michael Keaton's like the awesome part about it. But that's like, it's a great, like, I love The Founder. But you've already seen it. I don't want to, kind of want to do something that you haven't seen and I haven't seen. Um, so let's see. Because last time I forgot how I got the Hackers. Because because I was like, I want to do this one real bad, and we did like The Big Short, kind of similar to that. I need to hurry up and pick. I don't really have anything in my head right now. I have nothing in the I have nothing in chambers, but I also want. I don't want to. I want to stop. I want to because I buy the movies, but I don't want to pay to rent them because I found out
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
watching them. I like watching them online.
Mm.
What do you call it? I like watching them on my phone or on the with my headphone. I'm sorry, my headphones on. I don't. Let's see what to watch, and then see what they got. There's got to be something new because I try not to go. So, oh, that's a good one. Let's see. Oh, I already did that one. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. You have we have Birdman. Damn, that's a good one. I want to compare it to something. And you know what? I don't mind doing this either because I'm looking right here and it has Last Action Hero.
Yeah, that's a good
I,
one.
I think we might have to do that one, but
Okay.
I did that one on my other podcast too. But you've already seen it. I was kind of seeing something we can watch together that we haven't seen. But you know what? That's gonna take forever. Let's see. I got Last Action here on the up on the mount, but am I going to do this? Am I going to are we going am I going to go with this one cuz I want to damn.
Do you
Well,
want to
see.
maybe like text about it?
Yeah, maybe we could text about it. Yeah, I'm thinking a little bit longer
Because
than that.
I kind of gotta
Oh
get
yeah, you
going.
got to go. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you want, yeah, well, then let me pick something real quick. Let me pick let me do this. Let me do this. Real quick, just going to do a quick little search, and if I can get that, if that doesn't work out, then I'm going to go to another one, and then we'll do this. Hold on, here we go. Let's see what pops up, and I'm gonna pick one because I know I want to. See. All right. Oh. So you have Birdman. I'm looking over here at They Live, but that doesn't really go John Carpenter. But let's see, let's see. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good. I got something here that I wanna. I just want. Oh, there we go. That was no. I told Ben I'd watch that one with him. Damn it. Sorry. Well, you know what? Let's pick. Let's. We'll surprise everybody with my pick next week. They'll see it on the. They'll see how we got here because I really don't. I want to pick something good, and we'll text about it because I don't want to just pick. I feel like I put the pressure on myself now,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
yeah, I don't. I want to make sure I show up too because we could, in all actuality, we could watch my favorite movie of all time, the Transformers 1986, the movie. I don't think you've seen
Yeah.
it. The
Uh-huh.
and we could go there and I could end the year 2021 with that, and then from there we can because what the thing is going to happen with what's going to happen after next week's episode, Ben will be back. So then it's whatever movies you pick for Ben for when he comes back. I'm gonna have Ben watching with me. So that way we could kind of have a full circle of everybody kind of picking movies and stuff. But yeah, we'll pick next time. I don't want to force anything now.
Okay.
All right, dude. Well, we're hanging up, so I'll see y'all later.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dude.
No, it's cool. We gotta go.
All
Out.
right. All right.